Hello, in this video, we're going to talk more about what this EOQ, Economic Order Quantity Formula, actually means and what kind of managerial insights we can derive from this formulation. So as a reminder, remember, economic order quantity can be calculated by taking in square root of 2 times D, which is annual demand or the demand in your time horizon, times the setup cost S per order divided by the holding cost, right? Um, this is annual demand, and S is going to be our order cost, and H is our holding cost, okay? All right. And if you remember, we do mention that your economic order quantity model looks something like this. And this cycle is going to repeat over and over and over again. And this time that indicates the cycle of this inventory management system is going to be identical. And the time between orders, TBO EOQ, can be calculated by dividing this EOQ by the annual demand. Okay, so sometimes in the questions or sometimes in your planning, or whenever you are talking with your as a inventory manager, whenever you are talking with your colleagues, you might just to bring this up as a strategy. So if you would like to describe your strategy, you might just want to say, okay, my inventory strategy for this specific order would be order this exactly the EOQ amount at every this TBO time, whatever that time is. All right, so let's take a closer look into this formulation to see what we can derive as a manager out of this formulation. So let's assume that this is again the same formula, but the red font here indicates that this is the parameter that we are changing, and the third column indicates that, for example, for the first row, indicates that what happens to our EOQ if we increase the demand. If the annual demand or the demand in your planning horizon increases, based on this formula, since the demand is in numerator of this equation, we expect to see that our EOQ is going to increase. This makes sense. So if your demand is increasing for a specific product, you get to order it in a higher amount so that you make it ready for your customers to pick them up or buy it from you, right? Um, the other parameter that we can look at is the setup cost, right? So this basically says that if the setup cost goes down, if ordering for your lot size Q or economic order quantity, that cost, ordering cost goes down, it means that you can order less amount, right, for every order that you are making through your suppliers. So if S goes down and then the EOQ goes down as well, well, it's not a surprise because S is also in the numerator in this equation. But if you look at the holding cost, if your holding cost goes down, what happens is it is cheaper to hold it in the inventory right now, right, whatever that item is. Then you can order more and more from your suppliers, right? Um, you just don't need to memorize this table. You can just basically look at this formulation. If a parameter is in the numerator, you basically say that it is directly positively correlated with the economic order quantity, like annual demand D and order cost C. And if the parameter, like in this case H, is in the denominator, then it is negatively correlated with our economic order quantity level. So it is a very insightful, very useful formula to recall or have a reference to whenever you are trying to play with these parameters as an inventory manager or supply chain manager.